What's going on, everyone? This is Encore, and today is your Tomorrow Never Comes reminder. Now, if I sound a little congested, a little bit off, it's because my daughter brought home some germs that seems to only favor her father. So that's where we are, a little plugged up, a little stuffed up, so I apologize if things don't sound as they normally do, but we're going to try and get through this without too much trouble here. All right, so here's what I wanted to do. It's something I had planned because I almost fell into this trap myself, and I want to get into some cryptocurrency scams. Okay, now when I say that, I don't want alarm bells to go off and for you guys, for anyone listening or watching this, to think that everything in crypto is a scam. That's not the point. Just like if you use credit cards, just like if you surf the internet, if you transact at any terminal at a store, there's always a risk of something being scammed, right? Always. So there are some common themes that happen across the board. We're going to run through some of these right now. And then at the end, kind of stay tuned here. So I want to kind of relate what almost happened to me when I first entered the space. All right, so let's get into this. So I came across this article. I guess it's called Kaspersky, and it came through in the form of 4 common cryptocurrency scams and how to avoid them. All right, so I'm just going to highlight the 4 that we're kind of put on blast here. So first one being imposter websites. Now, these scam artists, like most, they're very smart in terms of, you will see, if it's a protocol you want to kind of use, or even the NFT space, right? A certain project, every project has its own website. And so what these scammers will do is they will mimic every little thing on the original website, except for 1 or 2 things, right? So there might be like, if it's Meta Eagles, which is the site, they might have Meta Eagles with 2 S's, or a different spelling, or just something really off, so small that you may not notice, but everything else is the same. So when you try and do things and interact with the site, it's actually a scam, and they're getting access to your wallet and doing all kinds of things with that. So there is that you have to be aware of. The best way really is to join Discord for any projects in NFT. Okay, and there are even some scam Discords. Okay, so you got to find the right project, do your due diligence on the project, and only click on links for that project in the Discord. They'll have official links, right? Same thing you want to do with their Twitter. Follow them. So try and find them on different platforms and make sure they match up. And even third-party, NFT like Rarity Sniper or Rarity.tools, all these little things, all these trackers for NFTs will have their official sites. So that's one. When it comes to other protocols, you kind of really need to dig in, do everything in terms of your due diligence before connecting your wallet. All right, so really check everything out. So that's number 1. Number 2 is fake mobile apps. Now, this is not something that I've run across. I don't download too many apps as it is when it comes to cryptocurrency. So, but I've done some hot wallets and like Crypto.com, Phantom Wallet for Solana. So there are some things that I have done, and maybe some other ETH hot wallets as well. But again, you've got to do the due diligence. They will mimic things that are like 99.9% the same, but it's a scam. So just do your due diligence on every single little thing. But that's the same when you use your credit card, right? You got to make sure that wherever you're transacting, it's legit, because it's very easy for them to tweak things. So I'm going to actually make number 4. Scamming emails. This has actually happened. A friend of mine who never actually went through the process was getting emails from what looked like OpenSea, which is the big NFT platform, the NFT marketplace, and it was saying, you got an offer here, you got an offer here, and in essence, it actually wasn't. So it was really just more of a scam of, hey, well, OpenSea, is contacting me, must be legit, must be for my NFTs, let me go ahead and click it and connect my wallet, and who knows what would have happened. But that'll go, again, for any project, not just NFTs. You may get emails from what looks like from a protocol or from an exchange. They might say this is from crypto.com or this is from Nexo or Celsius, but it's not. So again, you just have to be careful, right? And check really where it's coming from. And honestly, if you have access to any of these, the legitimate product or app themselves, you don't need to click through your email, right? Just go on to the actual site or the actual app and kind of see what's happening. And also with the emails, none of these places, nothing that's legit will ask you for your information over email. It will never ever happen. So don't, whether that's NFTs, whether it's an exchange or a protocol, they're not going to ask you via email for anything. So don't do that. And so what happened to me, this is what happened to me. So like I mentioned, that even when it comes to websites or emails or anything, where 99.9% are the same. Tweets and social media actually is where a lot of people get caught, and where I almost got caught. So when I first started out, I knew none of this. And so you'll see a lot of people that have very similar names, similar handles to the one that you think you're following, the legitimate one. They might have a different logo. They might have not even a logo. They might just have a different letter or an extra letter or something in there that's just a little bit off, that from a quick glance, you don't think it's different. And so what was happening was, you'll get tweets of, hey, it may not even be directed at you. Some of them are, and I'm going to show an example of one where they kind of jump into your direct messages, your DMs. But a lot of times they're in a thread, and you're seeing what? Oh, it says, hey, send me this, and I will send back to you double the amount that you sent me. All this kind of stuff that's happening, and it's a bad account. So all they want is, they want you, first of all, to obviously for you to send your crypto to them. You're never going to see that again. And two, you're giving them access to your wallet potentially. So you never ever want to do that. You'll lose your crypto, never to get it back. And so that's almost actually what happened to me. I actually went through the process. I was following a prominent CEO, Chamath, and all this stuff was happening in the thread. I can't remember if someone had a similar name to him or was just part of the thread. And it was just really, at that point, Bitcoin was just going through the roof. A lot of hype, a lot of buzz, and I had jumped in at that time. Anyway, and people were saying, they're saying, hey, send me 0.5 ETH, I'll give you 0.1, 0.05 ETH, I'll send you 0.1, or there'll be another thread that says, hey, thank you so and so for sending me X amount. And so I actually went through the process of sending to that address that they'd given me. But luckily, BlockFi and a lot of these exchanges will have that, is there will be a 24-hour period where you can cancel your transaction. And so I actually initiated it, and I was like, what are you doing? You're an idiot. So maybe a couple hours later, I just said, no, forget it. I'm just going to cancel it. And I was saved. Luckily, nothing ever happened from it. But I want to talk about a specific example here. So if you guys can see my screen here, this is Twitter, and there is there's a influencer named Girl Gone Crypto. So this particular person here didn't DM me. A lot of them will. But what they'll do is they'll follow you and then say, hey, DM me or something like that. And so this one is actually the best one that I've seen on the bunch, only because a lot of times when they do this and then you go and look at their profile, they might have 5 followers or 10 followers or 0. And you see the content in there and there's nothing. So that's that's a pretty easy red flag. Hey, this is a scam. But if you look here, if I hover over here, following 1,700 people, almost 1,800, and almost has 6,000 followers. So you're like, oh, that's pretty big, a decent sized influencer for the, for anybody really. So you kind of click on them. You're like, okay, like look, we got the header, we got the profile, we got everything, right? And then you look here at the tweets. You're like, okay, there's quite a few tweets. But then here's the first red flag. Why would you be retweeting something that you said, right? So Girl Gone Crypto said this, but Girl Gone Crypto retweeted. Huh? Okay. It doesn't really make much sense. But then you look, and you then look at the handle. Okay, so let's say you don't even see the handle. You're like, okay, well who's this? Well, we're following this one here's same thing, same header, same image, right? And everything's the same. Even the links, whatever, is the same. But following almost 3,000, and look at the number of followers here, almost 195K. That's a big fish, right? So where 6,000 seemed like a pretty big number, nowhere near what the actual person is, right? So now if you look, if I go back here, and you look at the handle, girlgone_crypto. And the one following here, me, is L, girlgone_crypto. All right, so at quick glance, you don't even catch that. Or you don't even know who the person is, but you see a significant amount of followers, and you're like, that's great. And so if this person were to reach out, and they're smart, they didn't reach out to me right away. So it could look down the road, if they reach out, that, hey, this person's been following me for some time. They must be legit. And then you go down the path of getting scammed. So this one was probably one of the best ones I've seen, right? Yeah, and here's another one. It says join May 2012. It doesn't say join yesterday or a week ago. So this one is very close to being, you know, like everything, and it's look, tweet after tweet after tweet is being retweeted. And so if you don't catch the fact that the same, you know, you don't add 2 + 2 here, why would someone retweet their own tweets? And that's all they ever have. All right, that's it. Everything is a retweet of supposedly yourself. It's kind of odd. So I wanted to highlight that. There are many things that happen in the space that you don't catch at first glance. So if anyone's offering you extra crypto or any crypto and is asking for your wallet address or anything like that, don't do it, right? Double check, triple check, quadruple check, do all the work required. When clicking on links, it's okay if you click on them, but if it ever says connect wallet, make sure you do all your due diligence before you connect your wallet. Okay? So guys, I hope that helped. Remember, tomorrow never comes, but at the same time, that doesn't mean rush into, you know, clicking on connecting wallets. Do your due diligence, do your own research before ever connecting anything, and keep yourself safe. All right? See you guys in the next one.